Hi, this is Paul from Senior to Scratch. I'm here at Riverside Golf Centre in the heart of Calgary, where they have a premier indoor practice facility. Where we're standing here is a pretty cool driving range where you can see different targets on the wall. I believe the net is somewhere in the 20-yard range away from us. Okay, just a few steps away, we see the putting green. Now it is lightning fast. I don't know what the stimp is on it, but it's quite high. So it's an excellent place to be able to, in the off season, to practice your speed control and that sort of thing. Okay, we're at one of the simulators that I'm going to basically do a comparison of my P790s to my new PXG 0317 Ts. This is a very comfortable area. Look at these captain's chairs. You could really relax here, have a beer or two. I think you can have a beer, right, Paul? Yep. Yes, you could have a beer because it's a licensed facility. You can see the Apogee launch monitor system. So this is one of the state-of-the-art systems that we can use for indoor golf and for launch monitor capabilities. So with that being said, let's talk to one of the experts that can walk us through this. I'm with Rob McClay here at Riverside Golf Centre, and Rob's going to walk us through the technology here with the Apogee, as well as the E6 Apex software that they use. It's really cutting edge stuff here. So so Rob.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for the invite. I really appreciate it.
Okay.
So maybe you can just walk us quickly through how this works.
So Apex is the new launched software from TrueGolf. It's still sort of in its beta stages. It's being released over the next year. They're going to be adding more and more golf courses to this as we go. Right now we currently have 1,000 golf courses attached to this, and we're going to be up to 40,000 over the next 5 years. So they're going to be expanding on that. But what we really like about this is the new graphics and the data that we're getting back from this. So if you look at the screen right now, we can actually, on the left-hand side, I can actually add a lot of information for us to hit. So go ahead, Paul, and just hit a shot.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to hit a 7-iron here. Nice big pull.
And now you can see on the left side of the screen all of the data that came up with that shot, as well as a little video coming through. So from this shot, if we want to see different information, you can keep that on the screen. I can actually pull information back and forth if we want to keep it in our main category. But talking to Paul, these are kind of the informations that he wanted to see: club path, face, and all that kind of stuff. And so I can actually then just shrink this down. We can go up to analysis and actually see a videotape of this golf ball coming through the impact zone and exactly seeing what the path is doing coming through. We can also then go up to the spreadsheet here and see all the different data for what this club has done. And as we keep hitting this, so go ahead, Paul, hit another shot, and we can leave it in this screen. So you can see you're kind of consistently around that, just a little over 3 degrees of closed face coming through. And again, now here's all of our information as to the second shot. And we can continue to run this. If you now want to change irons, we just kind of go up here. We can change all the different clubs that he has created in his own bag mapping for his own bag.
Maybe we could take a look at that shot plus impact, because that tells a lot about how the ball's hitting the face. Yeah. So there you can see.
So we get to kind of see that where it's hitting on the face. And then all of this information down below here is going to give us all of the impact, all of this other information for what the club is doing, the rotation, the velocity, trajectory, distance. And like I said, the spreadsheet here will give us all of that information in a kind of a little graph type thing. So down at the bottom, you'll see these are all the averages.
Yeah, this is fantastic information. I really look forward to just trying to compare what my P790s are doing versus the PXGs. Already I can see the spin numbers are a lot lower than what I was getting on my TrackMan. These are actually similar to what I was getting at home on the Mevo Plus. So
Okay, so Paul, the other thing that we can do on this one is we can actually change your environment here. So we can actually go in and change whatever wind conditions we want to have, how strong we want the wind. And of course, we can change here what direction the wind is going to be coming from. So if you're trying to look at a certain hole on a certain golf course, that the wind is always generally coming from a certain direction, and you want to try cross drivers and stuff like that, you can work on these things. Here we actually can work to the elevation of what Calgary is, or where you're actually going to be playing. What time of day do we want to go to? You know, and change that for evening, morning type of thing as you go through, and you can see how the shadows change. You know, we'll keep this during the day. How many clouds do you want throughout this? This is more for visual and that sort of thing. How much fog we can bring in for the day, like your early morning tee times. But the most fun one is playing in the rain.
yeah, I don't think I want to play in the snow anymore.
This is where you can go through on your new irons compared to your old irons and see exactly what the difference is between all of your irons, like what your sandwich is for carry distance and what the total distance is going to be. And it creates a chart like this over in the corner of all of your clubs. You can do that with your PXGs as well as your old irons as well. And that would be kind of interesting to see what the difference is between each one as you go. Because you kind of have an idea as to what your old clubs are doing.
Yes.
And now you get a good indication as to what your new irons are doing. Are they going further, shorter, higher spin?
Right.
And you can get all of that data for that as well.
And in this simulator, you can use the ball that you would typically use when you're playing around.
Correct.
Too, right?
Yeah, you don't need to put any markings on the ball, and you can just use a regular Titleist ball or a Callaway ball, whatever you decide that you're using outside.
And plus, I noticed the turf that we're hitting off of really, it does resemble outside conditioning, right? So
yeah, we're using a better hitting mat, a little bit thicker, just to be able to give you some more cushion, so you're not going to hurt yourself or when you're hitting a lot of practice balls. And of course, it's going to give a little bit more of a give. So like outdoors, where you do have a bit of a give through the earth.
Yes.
You can actually get a little bit more give through this.
Yeah.
And you can always tell here when you're hitting it a little bit fat.
Fat,
So,
exactly. Yeah, unlike a normal, some different mats, basically, if you hit it fat, it'll actually elevate the ball a little bit, so that it'll make the contact seem a lot better than it should be.
Right. Okay. Got
it. But this mat is pretty good because it resembles reality more.
We spend a lot of time on looking for the best mats that we can that's going to last longer and emulate a better game.
Yeah.
So from after you got your bag map and you do all this, you can actually go into all these different challenges from in here. So if we want to do, say, just a short game challenge, and then you got all these different challenges that you can actually do and go and complete, you get these achievement awards, and you can actually compete against other people from around the world in your challenges. So this is kind of neat in all the different categories that you can try out, and try all the different challenges that for 10-foot putts, you can see right to left putts, how many do you make and how close you get them.
Okay. And the putting is fairly accurate on this?
Putting is very good on these machines. With the new True Golf software, I believe I've never seen a simulator better for putting.
Excellent.
I mean, we actually have our stimp meters that we can change for different speeds, as well as on here we actually have it set to just roll to the screen is 10 feet. So we set the machine that if you're just rolling to the screen, it is 10 feet on the screen. So it's accurate to what you actually see in real life. So.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
But if you're used to playing a slower green, we can change the stimp meter to be a slower speed.
Wow. What advancements in technology.
Everything's just getting a little bit, more advanced as we go along here. So, with all this new technology, people are wanting these into their houses, and so we've been installing these into businesses, houses, just for the sake that people can actually now start playing a game of golf throughout the whole winter. As you're going to be able to see over the years that are going to come up here, we're going to have Kananaskis and Prentice from our local golf courses, plus the other thousands of courses that they're going to be starting to add. So it's going to be kind of neat that you're going to be able to play anywhere around the world. Maybe one day Augusta.
That would be awesome. I mean, having a setup like this in the house, we could do it. It's just a little bit of green that we're going to need, but
and these things, put these into your garage or your basements and stuff like that. Can run you $20,000, or you could run you $100,000.
Yeah.
You know, it depends on how you want to build it out and that sort of thing. But True Golf has really come forward, and their pricing is very reasonable. And then we do a custom builds up and for everything up in Canada here now. So
if any of the viewers would be interested in potentially putting one of these in their home, would they contact you guys, or would they contact?
you just contact us, because we
Okay.
do all of their stuff in Canada.
Okay, well there you go.
We do a lot of the custom stuff here that to help save on a lot of costs. We don't have to ship a lot of things across the border.
Yeah.
We get everything done mostly here, except for the software and the hardware that, of course, comes from True Golf. And if you guys are interested in it, just have a look at the website, truegolf.com, and it can kind of go through all the new stuff that's coming on board. And over the next 5 years, we're excited to see what's coming up down the pipeline.
Going forward, if any of the viewers wanted to see what services you offer, what could they do to find you guys on the web?
Our website address is rgcgolf.ca. And if you're looking at wanting to send us an email, you can just go info@rgcgolf.ca. And we're more than willing to give you some feedback. And so if you have got questions, we can always help you out.
Awesome. Rob, I really look forward to hitting a few balls here and getting some accurate data.
Yeah, looking forward to you trying it out and see how the differences between your two sets work out.
Awesome. Well, thanks very much.
All right. Nice to meet you, Paul.
Nice to meet you.